Have you ever heard of the USS Forrestal? What about the USS Forrestal fire? Although many people do not know this event, it is a big thing that happened back in 1967. The USS Forrestal was a carrier craft for the United States. It held aircraft and highly explosive material on board. The Forrestal was stationed outside of Vietnam, engaging with combat that was actively happening. On the day of July 29, 1967, one of the jets on board accidentally launched a rocket. This rocket went across the carrier and hit a parked A-4 Skyhawk jet. This caused fuel to leak from the jet and ultimately caused a fire aboard the Forrestal. With the fire quickly spreading, it quickly reached other planes on board and eventually detonated a bomb on board. This killed many of the first responders who were trying to contain the fire. The fire caused many holes to be burned into the carrier, and over half the ship was on fire at one point. The fire burned and destroyed all in its path. The fire ended up killing 134 men aboard the carrier and destroyed 20 planes. It was a great loss of life for the United States Navy, and at the time it had been the worst loss of life upon a United States naval ship since World War II. This particular event affected many people. One of those people being my grandfather, Tom Hurley. Tom Hurley, or as I referred to him as my pop-pop, was a member of the United States Navy for 4 years, from 1966 to 1970. He served many places, however my pop-up was aboard the USS Forrestal during the fire. It was his 20th birthday that day, July 29, 1967. My grandfather survived the fire, however he lost many of his friends in the fire. My grandfather ended up getting diagnosed with early dementia in 2006, which later progressed into Alzheimer's and passed away in 2020 right before the pandemic hit. No matter what, though, he would always be wearing his USS Forrestal hat wherever he was and would tell you the story from that day. All the members of my family remember this quote he would always say to us. We fought the fire for 24 hours, we repaired the ship for 24 hours, and we lost 134 men. That is how I always remember how many men passed away and just how long this tragedy had gone on for everyone aboard this ship. This fire of the carrier was a great loss to many, and although my grandfather made it out alive, many did not, and it is an important part of our history that we should never